We'll take up chapter 1 of NCERT class 10, which is real numbers. So this chapter is quite short, but sometimes, especially when you have to prove a number to be rational or irrational, it becomes a little difficult also. But just bear with me. We will go through all the details, breaking down all the concepts into bits and pieces so that you don't have any problem understanding this chapter. Okay, so let us try to go into the chapter now. So basically this chapter, real number, consists of mainly it's based on numbers. Okay, so real numbers means we are just talking about the numbers. So there are two basic concepts which we will just take it up. You already perhaps know that, but let me just take it up. LCM and HCF. So LCM, what is LCM? Is least common multiple. Okay, least common multiple, and then HCF is highest common factor. So this is very important concept. So we will just take some examples of few numbers. Okay, so for example, let us take example of maybe the first number is 6 and another number is 9. Okay, very simple example. Then what will be the LCM and what will be the HCF? So first of all, we need to factorize this number. So 6 could be factorized in these two prime numbers, 2 and 3. Similarly, 9 could be factorized into 3 multiplied by 3. Okay, so now the HCF, a very simple thing. What is the highest common factor? So here the highest common factor, common means which is present in both, highest common factor is 3, isn't it? So HCF is 3. And then how to find this least common multiple? The least common multiple, and what does it mean? Least common multiple means that number which could be divided both, the smallest number which could be divided both by 6 and 9. Okay, and then how to find that? Very simple. LCM will be, just first of all take the common factor just once. Okay, so this is 3 taken just once, and then take all other numbers, 2, and then this is another number 3. Okay, and what we did, we just did one thing specially, that these two number as they are common, we just took it once, and then if you multiply these three numbers, then you get 18. So 18 is the LCM and 3 is the HCF for these two numbers. We will just, as this is a very simple example, we will just see one kind of formula that HCF, let me just switch back to blue color. HCF of any two numbers, so here we are just talking about two numbers, multiplied by LCM of those two numbers is equal to number 1 multiplied by number 2. Okay, so in this case, let us take this example and see whether it is true or not. So what is the HCF of these two numbers? It is 3 multiplied by LCM. What is the LCM of these two numbers? 18. Let us see whether we are correct or not. And then the number A is 6, and then number B is 9. Is it true? 3 multiplied by 18 is I think 54, and 6 multiplied by 9 is also 54. So in a way it's correct to say, isn't it? So please remember this formula. HCF, highest common factor of any two numbers. It is just true for two numbers, okay? Multiplied by LCM will be equal to multiplication of those two numbers. Let's now take exercise number 1. Exercise number 1.1. Okay, so we will take few questions, not all, but okay, let us just start. So question number 1 is very simple. Express each number as a product of its prime numbers. Okay, so how to do that? Let us take the simplest example, 140. So we need to break it down to its factors as a prime number. Just to remind you, what is prime number? Prime number is a number which don't have any other factors except 1 and itself. Okay, so for example 3 is a prime factor. So it don't have any other factor except itself and 1, which don't make any sense. So means it cannot be broken down into any other number, okay, or any other factor. So that is prime number. Okay, so 140, there are many ways of doing that, but okay, so let us just start with the smallest prime number. That is a good idea. So again, divided by 2, then you will get 35. Now 3, no, 3 not possible, 4 not possible, then maybe 5, so we get 7. So it means 140 broken down or factorized into prime number gives us 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 5 multiplied by 7. So that is the answer. And similarly you can make other problems too. Let me just take the fourth problem also. Fourth problem, we need to factorize 5005. So just like that we can obviously see that 5 is a prime number. So let us divide it by 5, and then we get 1001. So 1001. Now the challenge is that is there any number which is divisible, which can divide 1001? Okay, so you need to just look into it, and then if possible you need to even divide it into those parts. So for example, it is not divisible by 2 for sure, isn't it? Because it is odd number, not an even number. Then we can try with 3. With 3 also we know that 999 is divisible by 3, and then after that 2 will be remainder. You know what I am telling? We cannot divide it by 3 because you see, if we know that 333 999 is divisible, and then 2 will be left, and 2 cannot be divisible by 3, and then 5 we cannot do. 7, can we do 7? Maybe 7. So just like that you need to make sure that you break it down into prime numbers. Okay, let us try 7 once. Okay, 1 7 3 0 4 28 2 1. Yes, actually we can divide it by 7, and then we get 143. Is there any other number which we can divide by 143? Yes, by 13 we can divide, and that will be 11. So 5005 broken down into prime factors is 5 into 7 into 13 into 11. So all other questions are similar, so you can very well make them. Let me just go a little bit further. Let me take some examples of question 3 of exercise 1.1. Here we need to find the LCM and HCF of the following integers. Okay, so let me take the third example. In the third example, the three numbers given is 8, 9 and 25. So what we do, we just first break all these three numbers into its prime factors. Okay, so these are all the prime factors. Can you see anything, any number which is a common factor? No, there is nothing. It's just 1 and nothing else. Okay, so the HCF, highest common factor, is nothing but 1, nothing other than 1. And then for finding LCM, as there are no common factors, we need to multiply all these numbers together to get the LCM. Okay, so these two multiplied together, 200 multiplied by 9, so we get 1800. So 1800 is LCM and 1 is HCF. Okay, let us just go forward. This question number 5 needs little bit logic, and the question is 6 to power n. Okay, check whether 6 to power n, where n is any number, can end with the digit 0 for any number, natural number n. Natural number, what are natural number? It starts from 1 and then goes in the positive direction, means n is equal to 1, 2, 3 and so on, so on. Okay, so we need to check whether for example, either 6 to power 2 or 6 to power 4 or 6 to power 5 or 6 to power 10 or 6 to power 11 or whatsoever, 13, any of these number could end with digit 0. Okay, so for example, I will just take 1 or 2 examples, like 6. This 6 into 6, if the value of n is 2, then it will be 36, isn't it? And this also do not end in 0. In what condition it will end in 0? It will end in 0 only if it has a factor of 10. Okay, 10 means there should be 2 and then there should be 5 as a prime factor. Only then it will have 10 as a factor, which looks impossible. There is 2, but there is no 5. The 5 is not possible. That's why the factor 10 is also not possible. So 6 to power n we cannot find. There is no number which could end in 0. Means some other numbers here, and then at the end it will be 0, because it requires 10 as a factor, which it don't have.